What's up? What's up? What's up? What's crack-a-lacking, peoples? What's crack-a-lacking? Today is. Oh, let me cut my other light on here. Let me cut my other light on here. Make sure y'all can see me good. Cause I'm gonna start some shit today. Today is the 18th of October, 2023. We are doing what we do. This is welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. It's me. It's gonna be me, my partner Mo. Roy might step in for a minute, and we're gonna have a little talk. We're gonna have some down heart talk, but I'm gonna hurt a couple of feelings if you sense it. So, fellas, if you're sensitive, this might not be the show. If you're watching with your woman, go on and take her shopping, because I'm finna call some of y'all out for y'all bullshit. But what I want to start with, and we're gonna do a segment on this, is it amazes me how judgmental we are about things that don't involve us. Now, don't get it twisted. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having an opinion. Nothing. Because when people put stuff out publicly, you can have an opinion on it because they made it public. But to sit back and say what somebody should or should not do based on your world, based on how you feel. And when we get on the show later, you'll see Mo has a wife. What Mo does for his wife may not work for me, but I'm not married to Mo's wife. He ain't married to my wife. So we can something we say we ain't gonna do works because we ain't trying to get each other's wife. But if Mo and his wife do something that works for them, it don't matter how DVP and Trina feel about it, and vice versa. Everybody got something to say about somebody else. Nobody cares. Nobody asked you. Like I said, you can make a comment about how you feel about it, but don't judge people for a situation that you don't know nothing about. A long time ago, on one of the field trips I went on, the man said, don't judge a man until you walk a mile in his shoes. Not his path in your shoes. You got to walk a mile in his shoes so you can see what happened. Because our life experiences are different. Our morals are different. Our processing is different. So you can't say what somebody else should do. You've never been in their world. You don't have a clue as to what they should do. You know what you would do in your world. But chances are you ain't never been in this situation because your world ain't like that. So can we stop with the ignorance and the arrogance and I think I'm better than so-and-so? I see posts all the time asking people what they would do for money and people saying what they won't do. But I turn around and see these same people doing dumb shit for free, doing ignorant shit for less than $10, $20. So you won't do this because now you got high moral standards. You who broke, complain about what can't happen here, can't happen there because money ain't easy to come by. So when somebody offers you a chance to make some money, now all of a sudden you're judgmental. See, I got more respect for a stripper. I'm sorry, for a woman who becomes a stripper to feed her kids because she's going to get paid nightly. She's going to get paid nightly. And she's doing something totally fucking legal. The fact that you couldn't do it has nothing to do with nothing. A man who goes out and sells drugs, I get why he did it initially because he need to feed his family tonight. He can't wait 2 weeks to feed them. But after you make your quick lick, and your quick come up, go get a job because now you should have enough to last you for 2 weeks so you can stop committing genocide and doing illegal acts if you really care about your family. See, the thought process has got to match. And that's some of what we're going to talk about because some of y'all believe stuff and you don't know why you believe it. And if I challenge you in your belief system, you're going to be upset with me and tell me I don't understand. The real reason I don't understand is because you can't explain it to me. See, there are times with Mo, with Roy, with anybody else who's on my page, I may say something, they may not get it. They may ask me for an explanation. I have to explain to them what I mean, not because they're ignorant, because they don't know where I'm coming from. They could assume I mean something, but the best way to check for understanding is to ask a question. When somebody asks a question, if you can't explain it, you truly don't have that belief or believe it yourself. Mo said on one of the shows, a man who has a plan is happy to share his plan to get people on his team. A man without a plan just wants people to follow him and do it up on the fly. And then he get mad when he don't get no followers. And he'll say something ignorant like, oh, if I was white, that bitch all follow me. No, we're not following the white man without a plan. But if you got a plan and the plan involves us succeeding, us making money, us not getting locked up, us not losing something we value, most time we're gonna follow. See, I do a show, y'all. Random Thoughts with DVP. A lot of time I ask people to come on the show. A lot of times people want to volunteer. I only ask to come on the show if I see something interesting on your page or in your conversations on your page, because I'm watching how you interact with people. Other people want to come on my show. Several people have invited themselves to come on my little show. I already told you what that means. When people start describing your achievements as little, they slick throwing shade. Because I'm doing something they're not doing. I don't take it personal, but that's what they're doing. Yo, Mo got a, let me see a little of this. And we good at this because we're throwing shade. Oh, that ain't what I meant. So then why is it a little something? Why you just can't say, let me come on your podcast? Why I gotta be a little podcast? Why I gotta say, oh yeah, oh, I got him a little network. Why I gotta throw a little in there? Little means something. And we all know that words mean something. But people want to come on the show. And or I'll ask them, be like, now I don't know if your show ready for me. I speak my mind. What the fuck is it you think you can say that ain't nobody else said? What is it that you think you say that's so special about what you say that it's so different? But what I see now, what you can is you can't articulate yourself. Because people want to come on here, the crazy shit. People want to come on my show to argue with me about my thought process. There's nothing to argue about with my thought process. What we can argue are facts. But how I feel, how Mo feels, how Roy feels, those are feelings. There is nothing to argue about how a person feels. Now, if I say 2 + 2 is 17, then Mo got an argument because he want to see facts where I can make it be 17. See, those are arguable. Those are things that we don't all have to agree on. And as I say sometimes, most people don't want the truth. They want their truth because there are 3 truths. There's the truth, your truth, and my truth. And that's where people get caught up in their truth. Their truth ain't based a lot in reality for the world. It may be reality based in their world. I give the example. In my world, my mother is the greatest mother on the planet. Mo thinks the same thing. Roy thinks the same thing. Which one of us is right? We're all right. Until we look at the context. We're not, who knows who's got the best mother in the world? There's no factual way to prove that in the truth. But my truth is that, Mo's truth is that, Roy's truth is that. But when we say on October the 18th that Joe Biden is the president of the United States, that's a fact. There's nothing to argue. He ain't my president. Well, if you're an American, or if you live in the United States, he's your effing president, whether you accept that fact or not. It is what it is. But we will argue that. We will argue the definitions of words to change them what we mean to fit our need because that's our ignorance and arrogance. We will argue what gay means. We will argue what cute means. We will argue what teacher means. There's a dictionary. Oh, that ain't what it means for me. Well, we speak one language. We got a dictionary for our language. Just so you ain't that smart and you ain't trying to hear it because your mind is closed. You don't want to hear anything that conflicts. You don't want to hear any truthful things that conflict with what you want to believe. And that's okay. That's why y'all got to start doing self-awareness checks. Are you living in reality or are you just living in your own head and you're going to make it be what it's going to be? See, I hate the word king. I hate being called a king. Me personally, I understand that some people do it with absolute respect. But it's just like the word nigga. I don't like it. And I realize that some people use it as a friendly term or a term of endearment. I don't want no parts of it. See, nigga, dictionary-wise, is derogatory. That's why in a lot of places, if somebody white says the word to you, you can use that as fighting words. Honey is not a fighting word. Dear is not a fighting word. Babe is not a fighting word. Nigga is. Go figure. The reason I don't want to be called the king, I did the research. Find me one king, not Martin Luther. Find me a king by title who did not use slaves. So if you want to be king, This white man that most of y'all hate for enslaving us, when you want to be king, what's the difference between y'all? Because I ain't found a king that didn't use slaves. I ain't found one yet. I ain't found a king that wasn't a killer. I ain't found one. I'm open. You can name some and I can do the research, but what's so good about being a king other than living fakely in your head, in your sense of entitlement? We're all kings. No, we're not all kings. There were more peasants than kings. Most of us are peasants, and we don't want to accept that reality. That is a reality. You may be good at what you do and all this. You may even have royal blood in your bloodline. But most of us are not kings. That is the truth. That is the truth. You ain't gonna do the DNA.com because you're scared the police gonna take your DNA and plant at a crime scene because you're such a threat to mankind that they waiting for you to give up your DNA. How effing hilarious. All right, so it's 10 after. We're gonna take a quick break, get y'all some adult libations, and get ready to come on back as we get done. And me and Mo gonna be here. Hopefully, we're gonna poke his head in. We're gonna start some trouble. All right, so let's make it do what it do. Right, take me to commercial break, and I'll see y'all shouties.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Stride K-12 powered schools are ready to put over 20 years of being a leader in online education to work for you. Dive into curriculum design for the online classroom. Team up with state-certified teachers trained in virtual instruction. Take control of your child's education journey. Discover the power of personalized learning with a leader experienced in preparing kids for a future they can be excited about. Take charge. Stride K-12. Enroll now for the fall.
What up, Joe?
Oh,
what's
Joe
up,
Buddy.
Mo? What's happening with you?
It's all good, man.
All right, so before we get started, because I know Moby listened to the commentary, he got something to say before we get started. So we're gonna let him get his out. Maybe he gonna see. Last weekend with his fault, I got off the chain. The week before, cause Mo started. So we're gonna see if Mo keep me in check this week.
Yeah, no, man. That's it's interesting. You know what you said. I did have some thoughts on it, because a lot of people like to apply what they like, what they would do, how they would do it to everybody else, to somebody else. And that's just not the way that you move smartly. The way you move smartly is take all that input and select what works for you. You know what I mean?
Right,
So that's why I have no problem with everybody coming up with their own thoughts, coming up with their own opinions, but don't make that critical mistake and apply it peanut butter spread to everybody. That's where the problem comes in.
Go ahead. I'm multitasking.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. It's all good. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, man. That's where the problem comes in, when you take your thoughts and ideals and just peanut butter spread. In fact, if you got good information, you should just put it out there and let people gravitate towards it, as opposed to trying to convince somebody to do something. Because if you got to convince somebody to do something, that means they're not really buying it. That means you just putting pressure on them, and you kind of forcing them to take your thoughts and ideologies, as opposed to just saying, listen, man, here's some good information. If it can work, if you can use it, if you can do something good with it, if you can better yourself, help you make better decisions, it's free. There it is right there, because I already been through this. So I'm going to give it to you, this free game. Take it, make it work for you.
But
and that's what I think the premise of this whole show is about.
The crazy part, though, the truly crazy part to me is I want you to respect my thought process. I want you to respect my individuality, but I don't want to respect yours, because even though I'm a single individual and I know I don't think like everybody else, I want everybody to think like me. And to me, that's the most insane part. You want me to respect your wishes. And, I ain't picking on nobody right now, but it's kind of, to me, it's almost like overzealous Christians. They want to keep talking Christianity to you. They want to keep talking. And, I had one of my jobs who got mad at me because I just started talking porn to them. Why we got to talk about porn? Why the fuck we got to talk about? I didn't ask you no questions about this. Now, if I brought the conversation up, then that's fine. But you started trying to make me be a Christian. I want you to be a porn star. Yeah. See, you're trying to impose your will on me. Hey, you're being disrespectful. No, I'm not being. I'm doing what you're doing. I'm trying to make you see something that you don't want to see. Exactly. But when you do it, it should be okay. And it's like, come on, make it make sense. If you can make it make sense, I'm good with it. But you can't. But you want to impose. You don't want to. My thoughts mean nothing to you if I don't want to be a good Christian. And I talked about, my mom and dad both told me, it's 3 things you never talk about with strangers or at work: sex, religion, and politics, because they're too extreme. Let people have their own thoughts. If you want to have an open conversation, fine. But I can't sit here and tell you to be a Democrat, tell you to be a Republican, tell you should be a Christian or Muslim or Buddhist. And I damn sure can't tell you how to do sex. But these pseudo leaders who want to be the spokespeople for everybody, and this is why I'm gonna get into this self-awareness, because they want whatever it is they doing wrong to be justified. So they need a tribe of people. And hey, as long as you ain't hurting kids or breaking the law, who cares? Who cares? But you're trying to make, all men should want to do this. All men like women with big booties. All men. Where you get that shit from? When did you get to speak for all men? I speak for one man each and every time I speak. Me. In my random thoughts yesterday. Fellas, ladies, gentlemen, neither me, you, or he speaks for all or most of anything. We can only speak for ourselves. I can't tell Mo what he should or shouldn't like. I can't tell Mo what he should or shouldn't do. His situations and his knowledge, training, experience gonna give him that. We don't have the same knowledge, training, and experience. Joe does not have it. Roy does not. We're all different, so we're gonna all make different. If faced with the same exact thing, I guarantee we can all make different choices and explain why. And they work for us. They work for us.
So look,
It work for
here's a basic situation happened to me, which kind of supports this argument, and it is the fact that if you don't know me, you wouldn't know this, but if you knew me, you would know that if I eat eggs, I get sick, right? So I went to one of these parties. You know, they had a little party and they had some food there, and you know, this lady had brought her potato salad, and I asked her, I said, "You put eggs in it?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I can't eat eggs. They make me sick, so I'm gonna pass." And you know what she said? She said, "You don't know what you're missing." Oh, yes, the hell I do.
You don't know.
Yeah. Yes, the hell I do. So, you know.
And people don't get that because I hate that. You don't know what you're missing. Well, you know what? The book says I can't miss what I never had. See, when we talk about relationships and people who engage in bad relationships over and over and over again, see, we can judge them if we've been in a good relationship. But if they've never seen a good relationship, that bad relationship is the norm. We can't pass on the fact that we've been in good relationships to be their norm if they ain't never seen it. If you came from a place where, ladies, if you came from a place where you were surrounded by single moms, where you were surrounded by teenage pregnancy, if you got pregnant at 16, 17, or 18, you would see yourself as being just like everybody else. You wouldn't know that that's not normal because in your world, it is normal. So for somebody to come along and try to tell you different is them trying to force their lifestyle on you. It is insane because we don't take other people's situation into consideration. And guess what? Long time ago, I used to be guilty of that. And then I had to realize the world ain't my circle. We tend to pick people who are similar to us, who don't do crazy shit. So there's a lot of things that we don't know because we don't surround ourselves with oddities, because they make us feel a certain kind of way, because they're different. As we get older, we learn to accept that. Me and Mo was just having a conversation. Funny thing, Mo was talking about a friend they had who was gay, and it didn't matter. He could have just told him, wouldn't have been no big deal. A long time ago, being gay would make you an outcast. Nowadays, most people got 2, 3, 12 gay friends. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But Mo will know there was a time when you couldn't publicly come out as being gay. It could, hell, sometimes you couldn't tell your family. This ain't that time. So we can have these open-ended conversations and be more accepting of people who aren't like us. We're supposed to. We're supposed to. We can't tell people what they should do because I do it makes it right strictly for me. Again, when we do this, one of the main reasons I like having Mo here is because a lot of times Mo has an alternative to something that I think, which gives us more tools on the tool belt so that we can traverse this game called life. Because if you only know one way of doing something, the girls who grew up where everybody's pregnant and you think it's the norm, you don't know that there's a better life. But as soon as you go outside of your neighborhood and you see working women without kids, you see working women who got good, loving husbands or boyfriends or whatever, and you're like, damn, this is some TV shit. Then you see a second one, a third one, a 20th one, 100th one. Now it's like, oh damn, I'm in the wrong place. Because there are plenty of black men who love, absolutely adore and cherish black women. Not like you see on social media where all these dudes want to be most of these dudes want to be treated like a black woman. So much that we as in black men, not the crew, but we try to degrade black women so they'll accept substandard behavior. See, to me, that's pathetic. Why do I got to bring you down to feel good about myself? Why I got to bring you down? Self-awareness. Because I don't want to step up. I don't want to step up. So I want you to start accepting shit. That to me is insane. What you got, sir?
Yeah, no, at one time, man, you know, I think people need to learn how to open up their world, because there was a time where my world was closed off to options and possibilities. And, you know, it was basically, I was enclosed in a room and the only possibilities I could see was within that room. So that's your environment and the people around you, right?
Right.
It wasn't until I started to travel, until I moved outside that space, until I did other types of things. I explored, you know, essentially the world, or, you know, outside that little space, where I started to think differently. You know, I started getting different ideas. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know this was an option. You know, my options were limited, man. And that's dangerous as hell. Dangerous.
And what's going on, Ron? What's going on, Sam? We talking about doing self-awareness checks and why we feel the need to try to bring people down or make them see our way of thinking when everybody is their own individual. Ron, I know Ron. Ron is a friend of mine. Me and Ron don't always agree on everything. It doesn't make him right. It doesn't make me wrong. It just means we live different lives. Life is just that simple. We're just different. We have to do what works for us. And it's insane. It's like first topic. The girl who slept with 30 men. And all these guys talking about what ain't no real man gonna do. Well, ain't no real man. I'ma speak right now. I voted myself spokesman for Real Men of America. Ain't no real man if he can't answer, if he can't accept that, gonna ask that question. Real men don't ask questions. They don't ask for answers to questions they can't accept the answer to. We will veer away from subjects if we can't handle them. See, a real man knows his limitations. You know, I came from a school today where I mentor boys, and I told them the difference between being a boy and being a man. When a real man fucks up, he will accept that and he will change something. He won't blame other people. He accepts that and keep going. See, so if you're a dude and you can't accept the fact that she slept with 30 women, just say that you're insecure. Because in truth, we will never know. They give us a numbers. It may be for shock value. It may be to see how we respond. It may be total truth. But how can we prove it? I can sit here and ask Mo, how many women you had? Mo can say 6 or Mo can say 600. Guess what I can't do? I can't prove neither one of them. But it's his answer. All I gotta do is move on. What difference does it make to my life whether it was 6 or 600? If we're being totally honest, at this point in the game, what difference, and I can do this more because we got respect, what difference would it make if I slept with Gina and he slept with Trina? What difference would it make right now? None. So why do we care about things that are in the past? Because, see, here's a novel idea, and I had to get this to a guy. Well, she could have did this, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Well, see, here's something. And again, like I said, I can use Mo because we ain't sensitive. If he slept with Trina or I slept with Gina and we like them for where they are today, that means something from their past made them who they are today, which is what we are attracted to. So how can you not like her past? Her past is her past made her who she is today. Our past, good, bad, or indifferent, me and Mo both didn't have the best of lifestyles, but our past, our trials and tribulations got us to where we are. So how can you hate something that made us who we are? How can you hate it? Even though we didn't like some of it we wouldn't want to do again. That's what we say up front. But Mo, if you bypass some of your horrible experiences, would you think you would still be the same man you are today?
Absolutely not, man. Listen, the whole your whole formation is based on a lot of it. I'm gonna tell you a lot of it for me. I'm gonna just speak for me. I could say general public, but I'm gonna just speak for me. But a lot of my formation was based on the bad things that happened to me. Those were the most valuable because they impacted me so much, they hurt me so much, or they made me change the way I saw things so much that those were the ones I remember the most. You know, there was some good things for me, but mostly those bad ones or those bad experiences or the things that had a lot of variation on it, those are the ones I remember the most.
And somebody said it, and it was fun to me, but you can't be successful without 2 L's. Them L's is losses. Ron, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, Random Thoughts with DVP or my JBN, or you can, you ought to be able to see it on Facebook or come to Random Thoughts. But we need them L's to make us better. We learn from mistakes. We learn to stop touching that stove because it burnt us. We needed the experience. But we act like we don't want to acknowledge this. That's what made us who we are. So how can I be mad at anybody in Trina's past who made her the woman that I'm attracted to today? Had any one of them, had she missed any of those guys, any one of them, she might not be the same woman who I'm attracted to. So what would be my issue with anybody? Even if she said he mistreated her, whatever that was that she learned from that lesson still turned her into the woman that I was attracted to. See, that's when you don't want to accept reality. Because most of us, without them bad experiences, we would have went on a different road. We wouldn't have turned. We would have kept going on that same path of destruction and met another fate later. But we can't accept that as a conscious thought when it don't get much truer than that. That's as true as I can tell you people. Everything that most of us did that caused us some harm made us better about doing shit.
And let me say this, man. I think all the guys who were before me, I thank them all because they all messed up. Every single one of them. And if they didn't, I probably wouldn't be with Gina today. You see what I'm saying? So I thank those dudes. I'm glad they screwed up because
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because that benefited me in the end.
And so why be mad? But we'll sit back and say, what ain't no man want? Don't no man want to raise nobody else's child. Dude, this been going on since before the 60s. So where'd you get that from? And guys, and this is most about men right now, because I ain't a woman. But guys say the dumbest shit sometimes to try to make a woman feel like she gotta accept something that she ain't gotta fucking accept. Because we need to have an advantage. And I'm gonna say it again. Since I voted, most sat down. That's how we took the votes. Everybody who was sitting down voted for me. Real men, adult, grown-ass men, do not mind proving themselves to gain favor. We kind of live for that. We don't mind proving that we are great protectors and providers, provided that's what you are looking for. Clearly, every woman don't need or want a protector or provider. There's nothing wrong with that. Ain't no need in shaming her. The shame is on you for trying to win her over when she don't want your type. If Mo, let's just say again, me and Mo single, we meet a woman. She is a feminist in the worst of ways, because ain't nothing wrong with being a feminist for some things. She don't need a man. She don't want a man. She want this. We're going to be equal partners. And this is this. Well, DVP ain't going to want to go for that type of relationship. I'm going to wish her well and let her do her thing. Because it don't work for me. So it is stupid for me to keep trying to deal with her and blaming her for being who she is when she told me who she was. That's dumb on my part. I'm picking a woman who already said she ain't with what I'm with. And these women, they want 5-star restaurants. So why are you with her if you don't want to take her to a 5-star restaurant?
Hey, DVP, man, I made a lot of, I don't know if dudes are scared to admit it, but I made a lot of rookie mistakes in my time. I tried to take a girl who was all about fashion. I tried to take her fishing. That's a big mistake. That's
right.
Stupid. That's dumb, right? So, but I was learning, trying to figure out this relationship stuff, and I was constantly doing stuff like that. I was taking a lady who don't want to be around big crowds. I tried to take her to a baseball game in a stadium. You know what I mean? A football game. And she wasn't about all that. And it was like, I finally figured out I gotta get the information I need so I can make better decisions. And that's one thing a lot of people, they don't even look for. They just figure out, well, why you don't want to share this space with me? Well, because I don't like doing that. And it's hard to accept that when you just getting into relationships and you just starting to deal with people, it's hard for you to accept the fact that somebody don't like something you want to do.
And the reason it happens a lot of times, because again, self-awareness. We're so self-absorbed, we never find out what they want to like. See, fellas, this is how women use us. See, I'm gonna give you this prime example again, because it is the most truest one as I have spoken to women. When you meet this woman, and I'm gonna use Sin right now because Sin is here. I said, Sin, what's up? I think you kind of cute. Let me holler at you. We meet. She shoots me her number because she's interested. But then after that, we don't talk no more. I'm texting her. Hey, let's go out Friday. She at some point she's like, nah, you're not really my type. Sin, you ready to give me a shot yet? I already told you, you're not my type. Come on, Sin, just hang out with brother. Let me show you. I might just be your type. Give me a chance. And she's like, I done told you, Sin, let me take you to this 5-star restaurant and wine you and dine you. So Sin is gonna say, yeah, because I just made my pitch. Let me take you to a 5-star restaurant to wine and dine you. Sin going for the meal now. Because Sin wants to be compensated for her wasting of time. She done told me she ain't into me. She said it more than once. All these guys I'm talking to, they saying the same thing. Was she into? Nah, she went. I had to try to win her over. Ladies, I'm gonna blame y'all for this, because y'all keep repeating, a man gonna go after what he want. So he keep coming after you, even though you telling him no. Y'all done told him, go after what you want. So he gonna keep being a pain in the ass. But fellas, this is where it's on you. She done gave you all the clues that she ain't into you. I told y'all before, when a woman's into you, she is willing to do almost anything with you, and it ain't about your money. She wants your time. She wants your time. I spoke to 200 women. I'm on my Richard Dawg, my Family Feud shit. I spoke to 200 women. 198 of them said when they are into a man, he ain't got to do nothing but give them his time. Nothing else is required. Not expensive restaurants, not gifts, not anything. They will wake up in the middle of the night to talk to you when you get off work, when they just want your time.
Hey, DVP, I got to interject here, man, because I can tell you right now, a lot of my value was predicated on just that. You know, she was my wife at the time, but still, even if she was my girlfriend, this would have happened. But my wife would come home after a day at work, and I'm already in the bed trying to get to sleep. She'd wake me up, man, and vent for like an hour. And it was like the best thing I could do for her. I didn't have to do nothing except sit there and listen, give her some feedback. She'd be like, she'd be calling these ladies bees and all kind of, and I'm just like, all I had to do was listen and give her some feedback. And I was like, man, that's all I had to do. You know what I'm saying? That's easy.
Right. Your presence is all that's required. Women said this over and over and over and over again. And any of us gentlemen who have been players in the game, we know this to be true. When we were out running the streets and being whatever, the women who wanted us didn't require nothing. So why do we believe that women require money? Why do we believe that women require something that we know factually ain't true? For any grown-ass man that had a whole spurt, that had some playboy tendencies, it wasn't expensive to maintain. The most expensive thing we bought was condoms, maybe gas. But the women didn't require nothing but our time. But yet we were told a lie repeatedly. Women want to use a man for his money. Women want to use a man for what he got. What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose? Because you're playing the game wrong. See, you're leading with your money. You're leading with what you can do for her. When a woman wants you, she wants you, not your belonging. Because, again, what do we say? Man, why she with that bum-ass dude? So if she with a bum-ass dude, why all of a sudden you think she in it for the money? See, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Or somebody physically abusing her. How's she in it for the money?
So we know all these things to be true, but we'll change the narrative because we don't feel good about ourselves, or we want her to lower her standards. That makes no sense. You're right. He did say he listened, but see, that falls under what he said about being a good dad. Presence, PRENCE over presence. When you're there, that's all most women want. They don't want a big mansion house because somebody got to clean it. They want a house that they can be comfortable in. That's the security they want. They don't need 42 rooms. Some want a 2-room house, some want a 3-room house. Some don't even want that. They just want to feel safe and secure, knowing that you got something that's affordable where they ain't got to worry about where they're going to sleep from night to night. But when we're unaware of who we are, we will blame them for everything that goes wrong, even though we are the perpetrators of this wrongness. And we will blame them because, I thought all women like 5-star restaurants. Well, why you think that? Why you think that? I ain't never seen that where women are craving. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Well, real women, not gold diggers. Let's be specific. I ain't seen real women craving 5-star restaurants. We know who gold diggers are when we see them. They present themselves. Most of them don't even try to front. They let you know up front it's going to cost you money. So yes, that's what you're competing with. You're competing with other people for money. When your money runs out, so will she. But you chose this lifestyle. You chose this lifestyle. And now you mad because she is who she told you she was going to be. But what do we say? Oh, she tried to change me. Nope, you kept volunteering to spend money, so she took you up on it. So what did she change about you? You tried to change her. You knew she was into money. You knew this.
Plus, that's, you know, a lot of that, because that was not even close to my first date with my wife. But I can tell you a lot of that is distraction. And guess what? By the end of the night, you probably don't even still know this person. How much did y'all talk? How much you find out about her? How much she find out about you? You know what I mean? What was the discussion? It was all this flash, and I'm spending money, so I'm gaining favor, this and that. That couldn't be further from the truth. You didn't find nothing about her. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what the date should have been about. Let me find out about you. Let me find out about him. Let me find out about her.
Fellas, I'm gonna give you some free game, as Mo called it. When you take a woman out on a date, here's free game. If you think you ever truly, ladies, excuse me for telling this, if y'all think y'all ever truly want them draws, listen to her. Ask her about herself. Most women do not like it when they go on a date and all you do is brag on you. You don't ask them nothing. See, when you have this phone call that I'm telling you you need to have, ask her, hey, tell me some things you like to do. More importantly, tell me some things you don't like to do so I make sure I don't plan them while I'm trying to surprise you. Because to me, it's more important to know what you don't like than what you do like. Because the window for what you do like is wider. But when you tell me what you don't like, I can cut out 5 or 6 things. If I ask you what you do like, I got to write down 342 things. It's easy to write down what you don't like. Okay, you don't like bowling. Okay, you don't like playing spades. What's going on, Ari? You don't like smoke. Okay, I'm with you. So now I know not to take you to a smoking place where they bowl or play spades. So we can do other shit. But if all I talk about is how much money I got and how I'm going to show you the world, oh shit, I'm going to take you, we're going to dress up, we're going to go hang out, and then we go to the cigar bar, you pissed. But I want to take you to the cigar bar because everybody in the cigar bar like they got money, I got my jacket on, we smoke cigar, but you don't like smoke. You don't put on your good shit. You don't want to have to get all this smoke out your shit. But I never had a conversation with you. And fellas, this is where y'all mess up. Women think about sex as much as we do, but we talk ourselves out of sex more than they do. Trying to show out for something they didn't give a damn about. Ask them what they like. When she gave your phone number, there was a simple interest. You can increase it or you can decrease it. See, I'm gonna speak for Mo. We see people all the time. And guess what? We have the thought. The thought. We don't act on every thought. Damn, if I wasn't married, they could get it. And it's just a simple thought. It don't mean nothing. But we see good-looking people. We see fine people. We see sexy people, both sexes. But we don't act on it. We don't act on it. Even when we're single, we think that at first sight, this goes for ladies too. I interviewed them. They called me to tell me their stories. Guess what happens? Somewhere along the way, them thinking that you could get it, you say some dumb shit. You can hear it. You can hear their coochie turning into a desert. It's drying up. Somewhere along the way, you with this fine ass, good looking 10 plus woman. She say some dumb shit. You can hear it. It's just shriveling up. Because we get to a stage where grown men don't want to have sex with dumb chicks. We don't. When you 20, everybody's fair game because it's just hormones, boys and girls. But as you get older, you start looking for a little bit more. Conversation being the main thing that people over 35 start looking for. See, women will tell us over and over and over again, older women, they need a mental connection. The mental foreplay, fellas, the mental foreplay starts with the phone conversation. See, this phone conversation, making her laugh over the phone, making her not want to get off in 10 minutes. This tells her she wants to spend time in your presence. There's an attraction. See, the door just, it went from a crack. It's open there. You can peep in and be like, hey. So now when you get with her, hey, babe, tell me something about you. You know, what you like. You know, tell me about this. Most of them ain't going to tell you a whole lot. But the fact that you asked, got a little moisture down there because they used to us not asking. You sit back and you listen. Now, this is what you do, fellas. I'm giving y'all a free game. I ain't even charging y'all for this shit. Somewhere along this date, after she done told you in the beginning some things she liked, after y'all done had dinner, wherever it is, and y'all going to the second place, or y'all just sitting there chilling, bring up something that she said earlier to let her know that you heard her. Let her know that you heard her. Like, oh shit, he didn't just ask me, she's listening. You might need a sponge at this point. She read it now because you're there. You are listening. I'm telling you this. This is game 102. When she knows that you are listening, you have given her your time, which is what she wanted, and you listening, and you can repeat back what she said. Oh, you getting keeper status, even if you ain't shit, even if you a professional game player, you know how to play the game. Then they won't use you. But you have got to do the first step. You can't be this fake king that I hate or none of this other shit if you don't know how to do this. It ain't her fault for being her. Mo says we want to be leaders. That's the lie y'all tell. Y'all want to be protectors and providers. Well, leaders know what's going on in the village. Protectors know where the weak links are. Providers know what they want to eat. See, so if you want to do all this, it's like knowledge. People keep saying knowledge is free, but knowledge ain't free. Knowledge is there, but you got to do the research. You got to do the research. So when you're talking about who you are and what you are, and you speaking all this about you, oh, me, everything drying up. They starting to ignore you. They don't want to talk to you. Damn, every time we talk, she's short. So if every time y'all talk and she's short on the phone, why would you ask her out? Why would you ask her out? Y'all can't get along when there's a barrier between you. You really think it's going to get better when y'all face to face? You really think it's going to get better when y'all face to face? When she wants your time, she going to reach out to you and tell you too. She going to tell you to call her. She ain't going to say text me. She might say text when you made it home or something. But sometimes at some point, she going to want to hear your voice. And you should want the same. See, back in the day, I didn't tell women to text me when they got home. Call me and let me know you made it. See, even though what they hear me saying is I'm going to wait up for you to get home. That's if they drove. But when I drove, fellas, it's hard to drive now. But don't pull off till she get in the door. If you don't walk her to the door, don't pull off until she go in the house and cut a light on. Then go on and pull off. Then if you want to put a little icing on the cake, call her. Call her. Talk to her as she walked through the house to make sure she got through the whole house safely. I just want to talk. I know you got through the front door, but you know, my boy told me to make sure you make it to the bed safely. She can go from room to room and do whatever. See, that's cute. You get points for cuteness. That's cute. Because now she sees a concern part in you. Eric says, I had an argument with the dude who bragged the whole time on the phone. Then he got mad when I got quiet. See, and women will tell us this. The only somebody who can't tell you this is your woman who don't want to hurt your feelings. So don't ask your woman unless y'all got a truly open line of communications where she can tell you where you screwed up in the dating process. What you got, Mo? Like you had something to say there, brother.
No, man, because I'm just trying to figure out. So this is a question for everybody, man. I'm trying to understand, especially for you, DVP. I want you to respond. But when did guys believe that being braggadocious was something that women wanted? Because just from that comment right there, I've seen that before. I've seen dudes like, and you said it before. You said, you know, dudes will go out on a date and talk about themselves and what they have and what they can do and this and that. And I'm trying to figure out, because I never ran into that. Like, I never did that. I never ran into that. But I'm trying to figure out, like, where does that come from? Where a dude thinks being braggadocious is what a woman wants. Where'd that come from?
You want an honest answer?
This random starts with DVP, right?
Because you're trying to get me in trouble. And I said I was going to start trouble. See, this is why I told Mo don't earn his money. Mo be making me do this shit. This shit started when we started liking men. Because when men talk, they try to out-top each other. So this, to me, was an undercover sign that you're attracted to men because you keep trying to one-up. You're trying to one-up. This ain't what women like. You got to know your... All right, don't take this personal, but you got to know your prey. You got to know your prey. To lure them in, there's certain things you have to do. Being braggadocious ain't it. Being braggadocious ain't it. They don't give a fuck. They don't. See, in my experiences, self-awareness, women will ask you what you do as a cursor just to get you to talking. They smart. They can do the round numbers and figure about what you make if they care. Most time they just want to see what you're doing so they can see if you have a life plan or progression. Do you have a career or do you just have a job? See, these little things matter. We're not in tune to that. See, it's a big difference if you work at Kroger. But what's their retirement plan? See, women are listening to that. But if you got a job with IBM or somebody, you ain't got to be a computer programmer, but they see those as careers. See, so you got a long-term plan. This is kind of what they're looking for. As I already said, you don't have to try to sell yourself. When a woman likes you, she'll lie to herself about you. See, you ain't gotta have shit, but if she really like you, she gonna see the potential in you that nobody else sees, cause she likes you. But because we wanna impress each other so much, I want to impress most. So I'm gonna keep telling him about all my accolades. We carry that same mentality over the women, and it ain't the same.
So look, DVP, man, I'm gonna co-sign what you said, because the thing is that I asked my wife now, but you know, at one time she was my girlfriend, and I asked her, I said, you know, what was it that made you really decide that you really like me? And what she told me was that and this wasn't from a perspective of me being over masculine or anything like that, but she said you provided security for me. You know, you made me feel safe, and I'm not saying from other people or other things. It's just in general, I made her feel safe. You know, and that means maybe that her feelings wasn't going to get hurt, that she could trust me, etc. You know, and that was the biggest thing that she told me about. So, you know, all of this, I got a lot of money. I'm spending a lot of money because I know a lot of people, man. I never tried to do that, but I would not be able to sustain that if I was dating. Impossible. You know what I'm saying? You do that once and it's over. You know what I'm saying? $200 steakhouse, you know, whatever, go to the movies, you know, it's over one time, that's it. So you gotta have some other stuff to lean on.
And this is what we sell, and we get mad when they want us to prove it, because life is about us proving who we are. When you say, when a phrase women love to hear is, I got it, I got you. But if you're selling wage, if you're overselling and underproviding, you're losing. See, the safety and security they want to feel comes from our presence. They want to make sure that whatever it is we're doing, we can sustain. See, I ain't taking no woman out to no expensive restaurant. And the crazy thing is, me and Trina been on 3 dates recently. 3. Because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell y'all doing. Only one of the 3 dates came up to $100. We drank. I tipped well because we had good service. We had meals. We brought leftovers home. When y'all saying y'all can't do nothing for under $200, unless you live in California, I'm not going for that. Because when you do all that, you are trying too hard. Now everybody's uncomfortable, because when you're spending that kind of money, you can say what you want to, but unless you're independently wealthy, you're looking for a true return on your investment. See, typically when we go out, we shouldn't be looking for nothing other than good company. Everything else is a bonus. But when you start spending $200-300 on the first date, you don't give a shit about personality. You know you want to see somebody naked. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up because you ain't did none of the precursor stuff. You haven't engaged in the mental foreplay. You're not living rent-free in her head, where every time something come on, she think about you and giggle in front of people for no reason. You didn't do none of that. She ain't even tell her friends she going out with you because she ain't that excited, because you didn't lay the groundwork. You didn't give her the little compliments. You ain't talked to her long enough to give her a cute little nickname for the two of y'all. You ain't done none of this. All you said was who you are, how much money you got, and what you can do. You know, Trina let me look at her inbox. I'm looking at all these guys that's going to do shit. Fellas, if y'all want to inbox Trina, let me tell you now. See, I ain't that dude. I will take your shit. I will let her take your shit. You know, dude was like, oh, I send you this. If you send me some naked pics. I said, Trina, get him for your cash out. We're going to send him some naked pictures. They ain't going to be a you, but they going to get him. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sue you? Let him send you that money. Oh, we going to get his money's worth. Because what are they going to do? File a lawsuit? But all these people saying they're going to do more than whatever when they don't even know whatever is. I'm not above letting her take your money. I'm not above that. Because you set yourself up for that. Oh, she just used me for what? No, you offered your money. Oh, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that. Trini, you know we got a P.O. box. Have them send this shit to the P.O. box. Have them send it to the P.O. box. I'm okay with that. And it's like, but they doing this. And I don't know why. And it's like, again, self-awareness. When you say a woman is using you, what's she using you for? Something that you didn't offer or what?
And so let me add this too, because I like to hear from the ladies, because I'm just looking at it from a male's perspective, but I just like to hear from ladies, like, what do you think will happen if you just take money out the equation? Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Forget the money, forget the accolades, forget all that. Now you got to just judge the man for the man. You got to judge the man for the conversation. You got to judge the man for how he interacts with you. You know what I'm saying? Everything will be a lot different, because now you're not clouded with this, this glitz and glamour, this financial status stuff. Now it's all about how they got what they call it. We had this restaurant called Naked Fish, and they call it Naked Fish because they don't put no seasoning on it. They just eat the fish just like they cook it with no seasonings, and they eat it like that, and it's great. Same thing with these dudes, strip them down to bare nothing. And that's how you judge them. That's how you take them, determine their value right there.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, DVP.
Okay, because it looked like I'm frozen on my computer.
You are frozen, but we can hear you.
All right, Roy, if you can hear me, take us to a commercial break so I can see what's going on with my computer, because I'm frozen and I can't type nothing.
If you think all
itchy, squirmy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. Go get 'em. It just cleans better. With a diamond weave texture, your family can use less while still getting clean.
Goodbye, itchy squirm.
Hello, cream bottom.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
At Hampton Law, our primary goal is to provide non-traditional yet effective solutions and redefine the approach to client legal concerns. As your trusted legal advisor, we believe in sophisticated, personalized services that eliminate the confusion and complexity sometimes associated with legal matters. Our high standard for client care and concern, coupled with our extensive legal knowledge and skills, make Hampton Law a resource focused on the protection of the client's interest and overall goals. We value our clients and truly enjoy working with them. Visit thamptonlaw.com to conveniently schedule an appointment online. Tamika Hampton Esquire, 1631 Rock Springs Road, Suite 336, Apopka, Florida, 407-494-1471. thamptonlaw.com.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Stride K-12 powered schools are ready to put over 20 years of being a leader in online education to work for you. Dive into curriculum design for the online classroom. Team up with state-certified teachers trained in virtual instruction. Take control of your child's education journey. Discover the power of personalized learning with a leader experienced in preparing kids for a future they can be excited about. Take charge. Stride K-12.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
I'm returning to Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being heard.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
All right, everybody, how y'all doing? It's me.
Hello, Roy.
Yeah, I am not DVP, but he had a couple of technical difficulties, so I'm just jumping in for a minute till he get in to sit with my boy Mo. So I'm assuming you can hear me, Mo, right? Because you ain't.
Oh yeah, loud and clear, man.
We good, Gucci. Hey, everybody that's tuning in and listening, we definitely appreciate y'all kicking it in. And this is always an interesting conversation. DVP is always an interesting conversation, at least in my opinion. Brother always try to start some trouble. He right most of the time, except the times he disagrees with me, that is. So but getting there, it's interesting though. And I'm as they say, I'll have one of those transparent moments with some stuff. I think one of the things too, Mo, when we talk about these things, especially with the way guys and they interact with women, it is funny because I had a memory that showed up 2 days ago. And it was the day that this had to be about 12 years ago, 10 to 12 years ago.
Wow.
And it hit me. I really came with the revelation that at the time, the issue wasn't the women it wasn't the women who I was involved with. It was me picking subconsciously that same type of woman who was giving me problems. And I was going in and I'm just looking at it and just like, and I did it. I sat down and I looked at all, I kind of put a list down and looked at the list. Now, the funny thing is, mind you, while they were all physically different, I don't personally have a physical type. If somebody's attracted to me, short, tall, thick, slim, it don't matter to me. You know, like DVP got that whole arm rule and being able to put his arm around himself. I ain't got all that. You know, yeah, I ain't got all that. You know, I'm good otherwise. If you know, as long as I like to say, as long as they float my boat, I'm good. But what I ended up realizing that was happening was that I was actually still picking the same types of personality. And I was like, well, God, no. Because the personality was the part that was giving me the issues. You know, their personalities, their behaviors. But I'm like, how can I be mad if that's, you know, I can't be mad at her because I'm choosing to go after this person. And that was that moment, man. It was one of those transparent things that I had to deal with myself and realize, you know, and I think that's what a lot of men need to do. They need to realize that. Now I do say one thing. I do know some dudes who, when you look at their girlfriends, they look like they all cousins. Like he done dated the whole family.
Yeah.
Because he got the physical type and then the same personality type, but then want to call all them names and all that kind of stuff. D did say he'll be right back. So
yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say, man. You know, my wife has a psychology degree, and I kind of talked to her a little bit about this, and she said everybody has a type, and that is not just limited to physical, but it's also limited to behavioral. So your type is your type. You got to recognize, like you did some soul searching and you recognize, well, I like that type, but I'm not having any luck. So I need to maybe tweak it a little bit so I can find something, you know, I can expand it and find something close to what I'm looking for. And maybe that's going to be good enough.
Yep, that's it, man. I mean, we got to, you know, we have to be willing to take accountability. You know, that's one of the favorite words on this show is we have to be able to take accountability for our actions and the things that we do. You know, we do that. And ultimately, no matter how it is, you know, like I know even, and I'll use this focusing at women in the same sense too, like they were saying something, we do know that bad people are very good at pretending to be certain things. And that they are, you know, that they are very good at manipulating people in their process and all of that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we have to, but if we keep picking those people, and this is, I'm channeling my inner DVP right now, because this is something he said. If we keep picking those people, there's still something in us that is going after that type of behavior. Exactly. And, you know, we have to do that. And I think in this point, men are like, I totally agree with it. I done got to the point now where it's like D said, it's, you know, you sitting up here, baby, let me convince you. You know what? I have a saying. It says, anyone convinced against their will remains unconvinced. So if I have to convince you of any damn thing, I'm like, I'm not putting that much effort into it. Why do you know? I get, you know, and we have to be real, especially at the age that we're all over 50, man. And we like to think that you're the only person either interested in somebody or that they're at least communicating with and dealing with. If you're single, as I am, you and DVP are married, of course. So, you know, I tell people, I'm like, that's the most asinine thing ever. It's like, you telling me that if this person is attracted to you, so what? You the only person that find them attractive?
Right.
You're like, that might be a problem in itself. You know, if you looking at it from that perspective. So,
yeah, and I'm not like supernatural or anything like that, but you know, when you, like you said, we was talking about types. You know, when you find your type, you need to also qualify the behaviors related to those types. So you can say, okay, well, I like this kind of woman, but you know, here's my positives, here's my negatives, and then you got to decide for yourself if you're willing to take that battle, because it's gonna be a battle anyway. Because relationships are not easy. I don't care what anybody say. You think you're gonna find somebody ideal for you. It don't work out like that, because you don't know all their variations. They don't know all my variations. And until the point comes to where those things come to a head, or we got to deal with those certain things, then, you know, like, because we could sit here, I guarantee we could have a whole show on what new things you found out once you started dating somebody. We could have a whole show on that, because there's so many different things. I know I found out so many different things. I was like, what? I never knew that. You know, I mean, if I knew that out the gate, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff like that. Or I said, wow, I never knew that. If I knew that, maybe I would have been doing something different. So it's like a project, man. It's like anything. You got to put time and effort into it to figure out exactly what's gonna be best for you, you know.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Yeah, so this is interesting. It's taking a little bit longer for him to restart this computer than what I thought it was. So I hadn't planned on being on the air that long, but let's see who y'all listening. What are some of the questions that y'all have about this, or what are some of the comments? I noticed folks stopped, but what do y'all think about some of this stuff? And wait, you just messaged me. Let me see what he said here. Still loading. Yes, we figured that out, D. So we have just gotta we have to figure something out. I personally always say the same thing. I think it's an easy fix. I think we all just have to have, like I said, the uncomfortable conversations, the 100% honesty. I mean, because of course you're not going to sit there. There's what you were just talking about. There's some things you're not going to find out until you're in a relationship, because those things come naturally. I mean, I could sit here and go down a list of every question that you ask. Go ahead, Ron, ask your question, man. I'm trying to, I may be trying to figure this out and stuff, but I'm never going to be able to just sit and give you everything that you want to know.
And just adding to that point, Roy, is that I got people in my family, I got friends, I got other folks who, for the life of me, were not. I've been married for a long time, so I saw a lot of variations. I had to deal with a lot of stuff, good and bad. Breakups, get-togethers, whatever. And for the life of me, they will not use me as a reference. They won't ask questions. They gotta go relive it. They gotta live it for themselves and go through it without solutions. They gotta refigure it out themselves. I'm not sure why people are like that, but that's my reality. I'm not sure what everybody else is seeing, but people don't like to reference other people to get that upfront information so they can have a better chance at success. That's been my experience, and that's been in a lot of things. It's not just relationships, but in a lot of things.
Yeah, no doubt. So wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out where the hell the hole up is. He must be listening on his phone. I'm sitting up here. He asking me a question, talking about something. Ask yourself why you're attracted to the same thing over and over again. Are you picking or being picked? I mean, well, like I said, I figured it out 12 years ago. But the whole point of us being picked is even if we choose someone, they still have to choose us.
It's true.
I mean, it's like,
you can pick all you want.
That's called being stalkers. Yeah, that's
you pick all you want. I picked a lot, but a lot of them didn't pick me.
Didn't pick me,
Yeah.
And and it's funny, man, because I've gotten to the point now where I'm real good with that. If you tell me, I'm not interested in you. I mean, you're married, but like as a single man, I'm quick to be like, okay, deuces. And then the chick, I had one young lady reach back out to me talking about something. Well, what happened? You said that, I thought you. I was like, baby, you told me you wasn't interested that way. The hell I'm gonna keep coming after you for?
Yeah, it's over.
Well, no, I thought you was gonna pursue me. I'm like, now see, I don't pursue people that don't slow down when I first start.
No, look at pursuing and chasing is two different things.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? That you say no, that it's over, man. That's it. That's the end of the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Because I see, and that's the problem with me. I ask direct questions, and as I said, I said, listen, after a few conversations, if I'm feeling you and we flirting and we doing all this stuff and we keep going, and even we may have gone out a time or two. Because look, I don't mind getting out and spending time with people,
right?
Just because that'll also let me know whether or not I want to continue something more anyway. Or if I could hang with you and be like, yeah, this already feel like a friendship. So, I'm like, whatever. But as soon as I get that vibe, like, hey, I'm feeling you, and it feels like you feeling me, and I ask you that question, be like, well, listen, are you interested in me romantically? I like I said, I just ask blank point blank questions. Because one, I don't want to waste my time with that particular energy. If that's not what you're looking for, if that's not what you're looking for with me,
exactly.
And so, like I said, I told her one chick that I asked her the question. She said, "Well, no, not really." I was like, "Okay, well, cool."
Yeah.
I still said hello, still did the different things, but then she gonna get mad talking about something. Well, you stopped calling me and talking to me as much as you used to. I'm like, because you told me you ain't interested in me that way. What I'm gonna keep putting relationship energy into something that already said they just want to be a friend. I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Yeah, that's over. That's over, man.
I'm like, yeah, tell me what you want from the when I ask the question, you gonna have to be honest with me.
I got to a point, man, where I had a process, man, where just out of respect, I go on the first two, let's say get-togethers. I don't even want to call them dates, but the first two get-togethers, we can get together. But then the third date or the third get-together, I had a list. I'm gonna ask, man, to say, look at where's this going? What we doing here? I got a right to know because I can't waste my time, man. And I was dealing with at my time, I was dealing with a finite amount of money. I mean, and when I say finite, I mean low money, baby. So I can't afford
to live on that budget.
I can't afford to keep dating, man. That, no matter how I want to slice it, that's just my reality. I couldn't afford that. So I'm trying to get involved with something that's got some potential.
Yeah.
Am I back? I can see myself, but I can't tell.
We got you.
All right, no, and I wasn't asking you, Roy. I was saying ask the people.
I saw you said ask the audience that.
Yeah,
so, I'm gonna let you ask a question. I'm breaking out again.
All right, that's one of the things when we talk about self-awareness. When we keep making bad choices, is it us making bad choices, which it normally is, or somebody making bad choices for us? Self-awareness will have you stop doing that because, again, what's up, Ferg? I'm different. I have to work best for me. When people ask me questions and I speak to them, I let them tell me certain things so that then I know that what their process is and how they're doing things. So I can ask them based on their reality as opposed to based on my reality. But this is where we have to have the self-awareness. And if I use Ferg, me and Ferg, we worked together. We had a lot of similarities, but we had a lot of differences as well. But there were some things about us that were pretty much the same. I can't make what me and Ferg did be the same for everybody else. And this is where we have to be aware of who we are and why do we make certain decisions. Why did you pick that girl as opposed to this girl? Was it because you were looking for a relationship? Was it because you wanted sex? This tells us why we overreach for some things, because we shouldn't be overreaching unless we know that this is something that we truly want to make an investment in, or why you're doing it. If you know that you're willing to risk it all to get the goodies, then go ahead. You know what your game plan is, but nobody can use you without your permission. So we're overcompensating, and then we come up with it. The guy who says that you can't be sexy without being gay, and all of his answers made no sense to me. With the sexiest man alive going, with and me and Mo talked about this off camera, but when a woman thinks that a man is sexy, it means she's already thought about you in an all-natural type of way. What man don't want to be thought about that unless it's by another man? And again, see, that just applies to me and Mo, because some men want to be liked by men. So these are things we have to know within ourselves. But why wouldn't I want to be, even if it's for somebody who I'm truly not interested in, I still have to take the compliment for what it is. Because people will compliment us all the time. We compliment people. I'm sure Mo has told a woman, so how you look nice today. But he wasn't thinking nothing about it. He's just giving a compliment. He wasn't thinking, let's go to the break room or to the broom closet. Compliments are compliments. Who doesn't like compliments? Who constantly wants to be dragged down? But because somebody said something, I had an aunt who told me I was really pretty. I didn't like that. But I know she meant it from a good place. Now, funny, my brother jumped in. He's like, why you ain't telling me I'm pretty? Well, damn. One of us don't want to be pretty. The other one wants to be pretty. See, so we can't say that all men don't want to be called pretty. As Mo said, Muhammad Ali used to say he was pretty all the time. Who questioned his masculinity? So because you question yours doesn't mean that that's what every man want to do. The guy said 93% of men don't want to be called sexy. I put it on my page. My stats don't bear up to that, because when I got a question, I will put it on my page. This ain't about me no more. This is about the 10,000 friends I got, plus whatever Facebook say. Because I got questions, and I'm going to use that as my fact basis. Even though that still ain't everybody, but I'm asking random people who don't know me, who don't have a dog in the fight. Most men don't mind being called sexy. But in his mind, real men don't wear pink. So, hey, say you don't.
Yeah, because that's, I know I had, you know, when I was younger, full of steam and energy and all that. I had a couple, you know, you can't see it now, but I had a couple women say, you know, they gave me some compliments, you know, and it was ones where kind of made me feel uncomfortable. Like one lady told me, "Oh, you got pretty eyes," and I'm like, I ain't got no goddamn pretty eyes, you know what I'm saying? I'm a rough, tough dude, you know.
I'm a thug,
but
yeah.
I'm a thug. I'm thug life, man. I can't have no pretty eyes, you know. But now I understand, you know, that that's acceptable, man. That's a compliment.
But it tells what we are mentally. And sometimes I say we have to do self-awareness checks to see, because sometimes the fear is within us. Because a lot of us, without knowing, we're homophobic. We didn't know it, but we didn't want nothing attached to us was gay because we truly, at the end of the day, we truly weren't comfortable with our manhood. So we did things to try to overcompensate for our lack of confidence. And this ain't for me to call you out on. This is just for you to sit back and become self-aware. Because once you know better, you can do better. Once you know, I mean, men wear pink all the time. I ain't wearing no pink suit, but that's just because I ain't wearing one. But I'll wear a pink shirt, I'll wear pink socks. I ain't wearing no pink shoes because I just don't get pink shoes. But what does it mean? It means that I like pink or I look good in pink. You know, we talk, men more talked offline. I'm not into pegging, but if a man and his woman are into that, that don't make him gay. Anything that we think threatens our masculinity, that's the first thing we want to run to. When some things are just not your kink. Some things are just not. See, some people like kissing, other people don't like kissing. What does that mean? It just means some people like kissing, some people don't like kissing. Oh, you could never be my man if you don't like kissing. Well, did you find the application? Oh, you didn't. You were never in the running. But we're so caught up in wanting our way to be the right way that we will do whatever we can, even to include trying to embarrass or harass somebody who thinks differently, even though we want that same respect. That is what's insane about this whole process, because most of these people who do this want to be respected for their differences, but they don't want to respect you for your difference. Because, oh, something wrong with you. What man want this? What man want that? A man that want to have sex with a woman in my world. But hey, like I say, if you into guys telling you that, I ain't mad at you. That's you. But we have to be self-aware so we can stop trying to bring women down and wonder. Why is it that, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, no, I just was gonna say, man, I want to add to this whole thought process and try to, you know, it would be interesting, you know, I'd like to hear what the women have to say about this, because I know I'm assuming, you know, most women ain't looking for some big brawny dude that is a tough guy with a, you know, dog collar chain and all this and that. You know, some are, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, in general, you know, maybe that's not the guy you're looking for. So all this machismo stuff is probably not even for the women. I don't know. You know, I like to hear what the women have to say about that. I can't make that determination. And when I say for the women, I mean the full cross section, not just one or two. You know what I mean?
And that's why I'm in like 85 groups. Because when I want a cross section, I just start posting in groups so I can see what they got to say. Because too many times we will pass on bad information just because it didn't work for me. Gina didn't like me, so she must not like this, or this. It can't never be that Gina just didn't like me. I gotta put up all these other things about her. Trina didn't like you. Oh, she don't like this. So we gotta always blame it on them. Where maybe I just wasn't the one. Because as soon as we don't like somebody, it's just because we don't like them. But they can't accept that. Well, we can't accept that. We're not liked by everybody. We got to start trying to keep our fragile male egos up here. When in reality, we are the problem. We are the problem. And we don't want to accept that. I look at the whole Will and Jada thing. Everybody got an opinion. And I'm okay with people having an opinion. But most of your opinions aren't based on reality. I read the interviews, I've watched shows. A lot of what y'all saying happened. When I asked you where you found it, said, all you got is a meme or a gift. Ain't nowhere that Jada said, I ain't found nowhere yet that Jada said Will had a small wee-wee. I ain't found nowhere yet what some of the stuff y'all saying, because y'all just putting it. Oh, she emasculating him. Do you know what emasculating means? To take away your manhood. Mo, if Gina come in right now and start yelling and screaming, how does that affect your manhood?
Nah, that don't affect my manhood at all. At one time it might have, but I'm educated in terms of relationships now, and I know that's just, we got a problem with something we got to deal with. It's not going to impact me at that level, at my manhood level.
And it's like, if your manhood is based on people yelling at you, then you probably don't have manhood anyway. You're going to get yelled at no matter who. People going to yell, period. And every time I ask, how are women emasculating you? She won't let you make decisions. Well, decision making is not a male skill. So do you understand what emasculation means? She is taking away something from your male, from what your manhood. What is it? She emasculated you. If she snatch your willy off and throw it in the tub, she emasculated you. Everything else is situational. Your manhood is that fragile that she can say something or do something, and all of a sudden you feel less than a man. Really? She ain't grabbing you by the scruff and jacking you up. See, to me, that's emasculation. If Trina come here and snatch me up on, oh shit, that's emasculating. But because Trina come in here and call me a no good bastard, she ain't emasculated me. She bent. I don't even give a shit. So many things we cry about emasculation, but then we want women to follow us or submit to us when we're so effing sensitive. Everything bothers you. Everything. It took away my manhood. She wouldn't let me hold the remote control. Really? Because she got the remote control. And most men love having the remote control. That's our birthright. But when she want to watch something, it ain't emasculating. And every time I ask, what are these? Can't nobody give me nothing. Can't nobody. She won't let you pay the rent. Oh, she demanding you get a job. She won't let you pursue your rap career at 65. I'm confused. How is this emasculating? Because she's telling you a truth that you don't want to hear. So what we do next, we start to try to bring her down. See, that's why you can't get a man. You won't let a man be a man. When did being a rapper become being a man? When did not paying the bills become being a man? And all these dudes who yell this can never give me a legitimate answer for what it is that a woman did to emasculate them. You did more with yourself. If the sheriff wasn't knocking at your door talking about putting you out, the conversation wouldn't have been had. So you not paying the bills. You emasculated your damn self. You lied about losing your job and not telling her so she could step up and get some money. You emasculated your damn self. So again, me and Trina on the verge of getting put out. Scenario, we ain't getting put out, but if y'all want to send money, go ahead. Trina can go get a job at the neighborhood strip club and bring home $200. My pride, not my pride won't let her do this, but my pride will let me get put out. My pride will let us get put out. See, that's emasculating. You did that to your damn self. My thoughts on Will Smith is Will Smith ain't came out and said shit. We are all interpreting something for him that he ain't said because all of a sudden he can't talk. She emasculated him. How? How? She spoke her truth. Will Smith said out of his mouth. Will Smith said, work with me on this. Will Smith said out of his mouth, he told Jada the relationship was over to get her shit and go. This happened before August. So when you tell a woman that the relationship is over, get your shit and go, how can she be cheating on you? But we keep blaming Jada for cheating, even though Will said he put her out and told her it was over. We won't put none of it on Will because we like blaming women. We like blaming women.
Not only that, nobody told him to sit at that damn red table. Nobody told him to do that. I don't know too many dudes that do that.
But wait, the red table, Mo. She said recently they've been divorced. They've been separated since 2016.
Oh yeah.
She said the red table thing that he came in was because they were supposed to let everybody know that they weren't living together. Will was ready to come out and say, but when time came to do it, Will couldn't do it. So she said she did what we want our woman to do for us, emasculation. She took the hit for him because she opened the door for him to say, and so now we're going our separate ways. And when Will didn't, she just rolled with it and took the heat for him. See, but we don't read that because we don't want to read. This is in writing where she said this. She said they were not living together when they went to the Oscars. She went with him because he asked. She had no idea about the slap. She thought it was a skit. She didn't know. She said in the 6 years that they've been apart, Will ain't called it. The first time Will called her his wife since they've been apart, when he said, keep my wife's name out your MFing mouth. She was caught off guard when Will called her his wife in public. But we don't want to hear none of this because it's easy for us to blame Jada. It's easy for us to say Jada is toxic when Jada kept his secret. Well, Jada doing this, Jada doing that. What did Jada do? Jada got put out the house. So what was she supposed to do? Go back in bed? Oh, no. What was she supposed to do? What has Will said? Will ain't said nothing, but we all, why did Will start? Well, you saw Will crying on TV because Jada hurt his feelings. Okay. Mo, let me just, like I said, and I like Mo because Mo ain't sensitive. Mo, if you kick Gina out and Gina ends up in a relationship with another man and you want to get her back, when y'all having a face-to-face, ain't you going to feel a little sorry about you ran her into the arms of another man because she was there with you for life and you ran her away?
Oh, that's facts.
So you don't think Will was crying because he was tearing up because he realized, damn, I started all this shit. If I wouldn't have put her out and told her she was on her own, this shit would have never happened.
Facts.
But we don't want, what's up, Pink? We don't want to put that on Will. Will was the one who put her out. Will put her out. And let's deal with facts, ladies and gentlemen. When you put a woman out and you talk shit about her, she feeling pretty low. Most of us have been in relationships or situationships simply because we were at a low point in our career. Somebody came along and said something good to us that we needed to hear, whether they meant it or not. Guys been in a relationship with shitty women because at some point we needed a pick-me-up. Some ragamuffin woman came by and told us, hey, you look good. And that's all we needed to hear. We gave her a little bit more attention because we were in a dark place and we needed to see a little real light. It didn't matter who it came from. Guess what? Women do the same shit. I say over and over and over again, a shoulder to crown becomes a dick to ride on. When you are feeling low, you don't really have preferences or priorities about who bring you up out the dark. You just need to be up out the dark. So if this little young boy is sitting there telling her things about how great she is, how beautiful she is, guess what? Will made her pray. Will made her pray. He felt guilty about that, but y'all don't want to hear that. Oh, she doing this, she doing that. Will still was the highest paid actor for most of them years from 2016. So it couldn't have been that bad. But it's easy for us to blame her than for men to accept accountability for their actions and thought processes, because that means we have to have accountability and responsibility. We don't want to do that if we ain't got to. It takes a hell of a man. Mo, and it's funny, Mo always use my example against me, but it's the best one. If my wife is the best shot of somebody breaking in the house, does it emasculate me that I let her take the shot? Am I trying to win or am I trying to prove my machismo? I want us to be safe. Why wouldn't I let my wife take the shot? Oh, I'm the man, I'm supposed to take the shot. Why? I ain't the best shot. And this is where we get so caught up and we don't do the self-awareness check. We will run with a theory that we know sucks. We know if we start putting facts to our thoughts, we know that these ain't true. We know. Mo, if you were dating Layla Ali, you know who Layla Ali is, right?
Yeah, of course.
If you dating Layla Ali and some dude decide he want to fight, which one of y'all you think throw the best punches?
She taking the fight, man. She taking the fight.
She a professional.
I got her back though. I got her back, but she got to take the fight, man. She got to shoot the fair one.
How the hell you gonna step in front of her and throw punches when she been practicing this shit 20, 30 years of her life? Yeah. You ain't been fighting on a regular basis. When she say, I got this, you're right, I got her back.
Yeah, she shooting a fair one.
We are so into our fragile male egos that we won't look at nothing else or consider nothing else. And everything we do is to try to bring women down so that we can look better as opposed to standing up or stepping up. And, you know, I was watching Discovery Channel the other day on some lion shit because everybody want to be a lion. Everybody want to be a lion. Do you realize the male lion sleeps 20 hours a day? So all that ferocious shit y'all talking about is bullshit. The lion is a lazy motherfucker. He lazy. He wake up, he have sex, he may go hunt, but he going to sleep 20 hours a day. So what's so special about being a lion? What's so special? And these are the analogies we use ignorantly because we don't know much about the species.
And also, if you use nature as a kind of comparison tool, what you should know is the hyena clan is run by a female. The elephant clan is run by females. So, that right there blows up the whole argument that males are always in control and need to be the protectors.
And this is what truly blows up. No matter where you look in society, no matter where you look in the animal kingdom, when the man does typically what men do in Mo's words, he goes out to fight, he goes out for this. Who feeds the kids? Who nurtures the kids? Who protects the kids? The woman. It's in her nature. When we go to war, who protects the kids? The woman. When we go out and go overseas for 3, 4, 5 months to make money, who feeds the kids? The woman. So why do we think this is a masculine responsibility? It is not. It is a parental responsibility, and it's what people do. The men don't have we don't have a claim to this. When that baby was an embryo, who was feeding that baby? The woman, not us. But we think, oh, I'm supposed to do. It ain't what we do. It's every animal show you watch. The female will defend, she will protect her children with her life from everybody except the dad. When another male line enters the thing, that female ain't having it, she will fight this other male, to protect her kid. So women naturally do this. Females naturally do this. If you see the video with the girl, with the guy on the motorcycle jumped out and kicking in the windshield, kicking in the back window. This woman jumped out the car and went up to a motorcycle gang and was telling them to back the F off by herself. Ain't now man nowhere in sight. Women do this naturally. We do it conditionally. They do it naturally. But we think if they don't need us, that means something. In every species, in every race, everywhere, in Sparta, anywhere there's been war, men go out to fight. Who takes care of the kids? Other men who can't fight, and the women. This ain't what we do. This is not what we do. But we don't want to hear the facts because we've created some kind of alternate reality, and that's what we want to live with. So we can make other people look bad for our ignorance. Go ahead, brother.
No, I just wanted to add this before I forget. Memory ain't good, but if we just take it back to that pizza joint issue where that young boy shot that man because him and his mother got into it, I'm gonna make a guarantee and say if there was women in that shop, they would have stepped to that dude. That's all I'm gonna say, man. If there was some women in there, they would have stepped to that dude, man.
And they might not have stepped to that dude, but they would have stepped to that woman and pulled out of harm's way.
They would have done something. I'll just leave it at that. They would have done something.
But we keep thinking that this is what we're supposed to do when history shows that ain't what we do. What we do, what do lions fight over? They fight over territory. They don't fight over their women. They fight over territory. What do men do? We fight over our faults, our fragile male egos. Because a man is quick to fight. A man is quick to fight because he felt somebody disrespected him. And we're the logical ones. I had a guy tell me this the other day, and I say, so when you got into this fight about your disrespect, after you won the fight, did the guy respect you? Or this guy said he lost the fight. I said, so when you lost, did you respect the guy that whooped your ass? He's like, nah. I said, so why do we think we can beat respect into somebody? It ain't never worked. But what's the lie we always tell, Mo? Men are logical. Women are sensitive. No, women cry more. But women are logical. Women are extremely logical. They'll stay in a bad relation for the safety of their kids. They will become a stripper so they can feed their kids that night. Totally legal. We will judge them for that, even though the reason they got to strip to feed their kids is because our fragile male egos can't handle getting a job and feeding our own kids. Women are bred to do this. They don't need us. We make ourselves more unneedable when we say or do stupid shit.
And just to add to what you were saying, when you talk about women being sensitive, men are sensitive too, because a lot of people forget emotion. Anger is an emotion, right? That's something that men, they use that. That's one of the go-to emotions, right? You do anything, a man get angry, right? There's other emotions that men have that immediately go to. So you can't say women are emotional, because men are just equally as emotional.
Not equally, because we always feel something. Watch Star Trek. Spock said he can't deal with humans because he don't understand emotions. It's not logical. You're doing something that makes no sense. So what is your purpose? To feel better, which means you are dealing off emotions.
Right.
But we love to say women are emotional. Women stay, Robert, you were talking about this on your show last night. Women stay in bad relationships so their kids won't be homeless. Women stay in bad relationships so they're not homeless. A man will leave a woman for cheating, and in 6 months, he called her because he wanted her back. Why? She still cheated. But you should have never left in the first place. Your fragile male ego got in the way. Because when she cheated, the end of the story is she came home. So whether he had good penis or not, she came back home. But you want to ignore that little fact. Because ain't that what men do when they cheat? They come back home. They just don't want to get caught. And I did a little research. Because somebody challenged my intelligence. Man, we just doing what men supposed to do. The Bible said be fruitful and multiply. Well, damn. Guess what I did, Mo? I read the Bible. I looked for that portion. I forgot where it said, but I got it. It said that God created man, and from that he created woman. And then he created them and told them to go forward, be fruitful and multiply. He told them. So, for all you Bible toters who want to keep arguing with me, your God told women to be fruitful and multiply too. So you should be allowing them to have sex so they can have babies. Since you think it's your God-given right, it's theirs too. Now go read it and come back and holler at me with some facts. Because I read the book. Because y'all made it seem like it was a male thing. And it's not a male thing. It's a damn thing. Hold on, I wonder if I still got it. I think I still got it. Let me check it. Up, here we go. Genesis 1:28-27. God created man as his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. So I just gave y'all, because I got it, because y'all make me do research. So why can't women be fruitful and multiply too and go have a good time in God's name? If you want to go religion on me. See, that's why you can't argue religion, because people will talk it, but they ain't read it. I ain't religious, but I do read a lot because I like to speak. I want to make sure we speak in the same language. But ain't that what men always say? They supposed to be fruitful and multiply. That's what God said. Ain't that what they say, Mo?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That at the same time though, there's you can't just take that at face value. I'm pretty sure the intention was not to say, go do that and don't give a damn about how nobody feels. Don't give a damn about how many kids you put on this earth. Don't give a damn about nothing. Just go ahead and be fruitful and multiply. Just go do that. So that whole scripture is probably taken out of context.
But I'm just saying, in the context that men want to use it as their excuse to cheat.
Yeah, no.
So then she can use it too. Because
exactly.
As I told you, I checked on the Spartan thing. When Spartans go to war, the women are encouraged to have sex with other men and have babies so they can keep creating a race of warriors.
Yeah.
They are encouraged. When the father comes back home from war, even if his wife is pregnant, the child is his. He will raise the child as his because they are encouraged. They are encouraged to get pregnant.
And you know what you're saying there. I haven't researched it, but I'm just looking at just stuff I've seen that kind of makes sense because just like in the animal kingdom, that situation you're talking about, they always mate with one of the stronger males in the community. So just looking at it from that perspective makes a lot of sense.
And that's why the self-awareness is so important because we want to be so much. We want to do this. Are you the strongest in your community? See, luckily these women have a choice. So they don't have to pick the strongest. They can pick on their own. Because if most of us were relegated to being the strongest, as we talked about, I don't know if it was last show or show before, a lot of us ain't a man of means. So we got to settle for whatever. So when the women pick us, we need to show them a little value. We need to show them a little respect. Now, fellas, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. When you get with your woman and she's the woman for you, The value, the prize is the relationship, not you, not her. It is the union. Mo should not be with Gina if Gina doesn't value him. Gina should not be with Mo if Mo does not value her. But the value is in them. It's in them. It ain't in this one or that one. It is them. Wow, Bobby, you can't say that. Bobby, you always quoting God. I just read you the scripture. See, you can't be that guy who wants to talk about God when God said this. See, this is the hypocrisy, Bobby. This is the hypocrisy. You will quote God. Everything in God's mind is sent on them. We got enough sense to know white males create laws, control all women. But we're the ones who trying to bring them down. See, we will blame other people. It ain't white men who telling black women they ain't shit. It's black men. How many white men you seen bringing Jada down? It ain't white men who bringing Jada down. How many white men were bringing a girl down that said she slept with 30 men? It ain't them. See, we can't keep blaming everything on everybody else. We have discernment. We have options. It's just like when people say, oh, I come to Facebook, all I see is this and that. Well, why don't you create a positive post? Why don't you call your friends and tell your friends to create positive posts? Because if you don't care, you can scroll by some stuff. Most of us know how to use that scroll button. If something does not apply, we don't have to let it bring us down. Yeah, I have seen President Obama. Black men do not live in a shell. You're right. They live in a falsehood where they are but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work, Bobby. Me and Mo come on here and we talk about things. We have uncomfortable conversations. We can't give you all the answers, but you have to address some of these issues within yourself. When Mo said he learned something from me, when I say I learned something from Mo, guess what that means? That means we're open-minded to the process that we may not know everything. When we find something that doesn't go with what we think, I'm sure Mo do the same thing. He look it up right quick to see. And then we say, damn, all this time I was thinking like this. But that shit makes sense. So we have to make a change. Ain't no need in blaming somebody white.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead,
do your thing. I'm good.
I just want to add to, what you were saying, because what I'm about to tell you is something my wife told me, and I didn't want to accept it. I had to go look it up. And then once I looked it up, it made sense, but a lot of y'all are probably not going to accept it either. But I know probably already know DVP, but I'm going to just ask you though, do you know who the most dangerous people on this earth is to a black woman?
In my world, it's black men. But I'm going to listen to the answer.
No, facts. No, that's the answer. Yeah. That's the answer. I didn't want to accept it, man. So I had to go do some research to understand why that was the case. Why my feelings was hurt, man. I'm like, hold on a second, man. We're supposed to be here to protect our women, to honor our women. And we are the most dangerous people to black women?
The most. It ain't even close.
Yeah, the most. And it really messed me up, man. And I'm like, I wanted to do something to change it. Ain't nothing I could do, as one person. But except one thing I could do is make the fact known, and maybe there'll be some realization out there. Because if I'm 53 and I ain't never heard it, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know about this.
Bobby, you're right. Bobby says we have amazing black men. We can't clutch the same stereotype that created your false narrative of black males. Tell me what's false, Bobby. If it's black men, who are we? But we're the same ones. We are the same one. Who is it when they say something good about LeBron? Who is it? LeBron been with his wife since they were teenagers. Who is it that say, yeah, but he's still cheating? It ain't white men. It's black men, Bobby. So we can sit here and say we have amazing black men, but then by the same token, what's the first thing we want to keep saying? Oh, these new dudes ain't nothing, and we blame their mama. And let's just say I went with that narrative. I'm sure Mo is going to agree with the second half of me on this. If we, black men, truly believe that the state of black boys is a result of them being raised by their black mothers, why don't we as men chastise men who leave their kids behind? See, we ain't gonna never do that. We're gonna keep telling her she should have made a better choice. We're gonna keep telling her shit, but we ain't gonna never, ever jump at the guys who left their kids behind. So we can't believe that men are important in their boys' lives because we don't attack the root of the problem. Because I think so, yeah, Roy. Because when the average woman has a baby and she's somewhere between 19 and 22, she's a girl. She can't kick us out the baby life. She's got no power. We leave because we want to. Do we destroy black men who leave their kids, Bobby? No, we give them a pass and we start calling each other kings and shit when we ain't done shit but some bogusness. Bogusness. Look at how we dogged Obama. Look at that. So we want to be this, but we are genocidal by nature. All the drug dealers that you know who are black, who did they sell drugs to? Well, we didn't bring them over here. I don't give a shit how they got over here. We got hyenas over here. We ain't going to get them. We will sell drugs in our own neighborhood to get ahead. We will use women and drug women to get ahead. So we can't keep claiming we're amazing when we see all the devastation and destruction that we left behind. Every time we see a single black mom, you know what we got? A single black dad who disappeared. If he didn't die, he ain't amazing. And we can't keep carrying that lie like we're doing something so special by taking care of our kids. I've heard a dad say, I got to go babysit. When the fuck do you babysit your own kids? These are your kids. These are black men saying this. Yes, we have some amazing black men. Unfortunately, we have some shitty black men. Ron just said, his wife had to point it out to him. The biggest threat to black women is black men. So how can we be amazing if we are the biggest threat to them? Stats bear it out. We are more dangerous to our black women than white men or to their white women. If you want to compare apples to apples, white men don't do nowhere near the damage that we do. Nowhere near. Now, the threat to America is white Christian nationalists, but Ron's question was to black women. Black women. We are. So who are we, Bobby? We are a group that's in denial. We are a group that won't accept facts. We are a group who tries to push false narratives. Because why do we want to call each other kings? I have never met Mo, but I got mad respect for him. But I don't know if Mo is a shitty person off camera. So why would I start giving him this when I don't know this? Because we want to keep uplifting each other, even when people are shitty. I know. I was a cop. I know guys who say, I don't have no kids. But damn, you in child support court. How did that happen? It ain't mine. Here come DNA, it is. So a man can say he ain't got no kids all he want to. Do we know this to be factual? But we'll say, oh man, I know all these women having kids by one dude. No, they're not. But again, they saving us because some women won't take us to child support court. Some women won't publicly embarrass us. Jada refused to publicly call Will out for his shenanigans, but she got tired of being the victim. She got tired of being jumped on because Will never stood up for Jada. Mo, have you heard Will say anything to protect his wife?
Nothing.
So why don't we ask Will why he ain't saying shit?
Yeah.
He letting his wife get beat down and not saying shit. But we rather blame her because we aren't that amazing. We want to be, but we don't want to put in the work. We don't want to put in the work. Mo, you got anything? I need to get out of here early because I got something else we got to do. You got anything for me, brother?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, hope people's feelings ain't hurt. But listen, dudes, you gotta, men, I say men, because dudes, I know how DVP use dudes, but I say men, just take accountability. Y'all could take one. If you could fight a dude and get punched in the face, you could take one on the chin on this and just say, listen, we got to do better. We got to do better. That's all I'm going to say.
We got to. Trent was reading something today about Marvin Gaye. For all you dudes who say you might get killed helping a stranger, remember, Marvin Gaye got killed helping his mother. So you can get killed either way. So why not protect all women? Bobby, if I teach my daughter what I'm saying, all I'm telling her is not to slip with a black man. Do not slip. She ain't gonna kill, but yeah, the stats say she may be killed. The stats say that. So why would I teach her different? Why would I teach her different? I gotta keep it factual and honest, no matter how I feel about it. And if it makes me look a little lower, I gotta step up the game. I gotta step up my game. So what we should all be doing is demanding. Every man who say my wife won't let she won't let me see my kids, ask him why. Tell him to come to the show. I'll tell him how to make it happen free of charge. I'm gonna do a whole series on how to see your kids, and she ain't got shit to say about it unless you're a shitty person. I'm gonna do a whole series on that. But we got to run because we got something else to do. As always, I appreciate y'all for joining us. It's Random Thoughts with DVP. Oh, you know, my man, you need to talk. I'm gonna call you Friday. What you look like Friday? Anyway, I'll shoot you a text and we'll talk Friday.
All right.
But y'all know what it is. I'm through drinking my lemonade. But until next week, peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. And we out.